When I do kitbashes, one of my favourite things to do is to convert a model across a world, so from 40k to AOS or a different conversion like that. There are a few tips that I've found along the way doing a bunch of these conversions that might make it easier if you're planning on doing this. So today I'm going to convert this 40k Orc BeastBoss into a Lord of the Undead for my soulblight Gravelords. I'm using the BeastBoss for a couple of reasons. One, I think he's just really cool. I love how chunky and wide he is. I love all his little details. And secondly, I think that he's not going to be a super difficult model to convert into Age of Sigmar. So I started by building the main body of the model, whilst also kind of looking at de-40k'ing the model, so cutting off cables, cutting off power packs, getting rid of the squib with the gun on it, that kind of thing. There was one main part of the model which I couldn't use, and that is the cybernetic arm with the sword. So I rooted around in a few of my bits boxes to try and find a suitable arm. Thought it might be nice to use the mace from the Blood Knight kit, but unfortunately once I started looking at it on the hand, it was just way too small. So instead I took inspiration from the mace and I made out of Ironjaw's spare spears this really giant mace. It still kind of looks deathy, but it definitely has an orky feel now. I kind of get the idea that, like, even though he doesn't quite fit in with all of the sort of regal culture of the soulblight Gravelords, he's still doing his best, right? So he's like making weapons that fit his hands but are kind of approximate to the weapons that the other vampires might use. For his head, I really wanted to lean into the whole kind of goofy orky vibe that I've got going with this. Like, vampires can obviously be quite a serious matter with all their sort of like stoic, regal haughtiness, and so I thought that using a helmet which was just a little bit too small would give him a little bit of a comedic vibe, kind of like he's found this helmet on the ground and he thought that looks really cool, but it doesn't quite fit, so he's just sort of got it perched on his head. The final step of assembly then is to use some milliput to sort of smooth over a bunch of the bone areas of the model. On the 40k version of this, the bone I don't think is actually bone. So what I want to do with him is make it look like actual bone, and so I'm using milliput to fill in all of the gaps between the panels, and also do like sort of make it a bit rougher. He is all ready for painting. I think he looks incredible. I think he looks every bit as terrifying as an orc vampire lord should. Just putting a quick bit of paint on him. For his skin, I wanted to make him look kind of vampire-y, so very pale skin, but still again have that orkiness. And I used NIGHTHAUNT Gloom and Way Watcher green glazes. I think he looks absolutely incredible. He's obviously not as serious. I haven't changed his armor to be vampire armor. I haven't added spikes, but what I have done, I think, is make a really fun, unique looking centerpiece for my Path to Glory warband, and his quest, I guess, to become a true and noble part of House Vycross is going to be my Path to Glory. So thanks for watching this Kitbash Corner video. I hope these tips will help you if you're kitbashing models between worlds and across ranges. It can be really fun and give you some really cool and unique results. Thanks to Dana for including me in this collaboration video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the tips.